Hi, everyone, and welcome to Psychic Medium Heather Carlson. It's my pleasure to have you today. I'm just getting back into videos. Um, so I'm coming off a bit of a maternity leave. I have a little one who's 14 months old, as well as a big guy who's 17. So I've been off for quite some time. And, with the pandemic and life has changed, everybody is pretty well online, and online is the new in person. So I'm wanting to do sort of daily readings. Um, and I am my setup isn't perfect. I'm working on that. We're actually looking at moving in the coming, as later in the year. And so once I've got a more ideal setup, um, I'll start doing, astrological sign readings more regularly. But right now I'm just going to do a general daily reading each day. And I think there's a lot going on for everybody right now. I think burnout is a really big common word right now. A lot of professions are really feeling the stress and, financial concerns and safety concerns, health concerns for those that have been ill or lost someone. It's there's a lot on everybody's plate. And so, but at the same time, there's also some really positive changes in energy that people are feeling right now. And sort of both are brewing simultaneously. So I'm a big believer in if the message fits for you, then go with it. And if it doesn't, then, just leave it. But I find it amazing that you can do a general reading like this and each person will get the portion that, suits them or that has a message for them. So, again, I will work on setup and lighting a little bit. It's not perfect. I'm going to need to play with a few videos until I figure out what works. I use tarot. Oracle cards don't really work for me, but whatever people use. But tarot's always worked for me. I've been reading since my teens. Oh, wrong box. So today I'm actually using the Witches Tarot. Sorry, by Ellen Dugan. I just like it because the pictures are really descriptive. So it's really nice for when I'm reading for my clients. And then I read the meaning of the tarot cards, but I also use what comes in my head. So sometimes the messages might be slightly different than what a straight tarot would be. So I use a combination of both. Okay. So I'm just shuffling as we're talking. Yeah, this is a really pretty deck. I like the moon design on the back. Maybe try and use all my decks as I go. And so the first card is the Three of Pentacles, the Sun, Page of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Okay. So I'm going to read them one by one. So the Three of Pentacles is the first one. So pentacles or coins is the suit that refers to all our material things. So it's everything from the money in your bank account to, the home that you live in and all the security that provides. So it's what you actually own, what you tangibly have. And, it's also connection with earth, feeling grounded. So this would be your earth element card as well. So it's the material stuff and financial. So Three of Pentacles is a card of, sort of everything coming together. You're going to get the support that you need and at the right time. So this can be financial. You can actually get approved for a loan or, get a raise or get an increase. Or if you're looking for some type of financial support through an application process or something, it could be referring to something as specific as that. Or it can also be, again, gifts in kind, or, you got a leak in your roof and your neighbor says, you know what? I did roofing. I can fix that for you for no charge. So even though that's not money in your pocket, it is, because it's not money out of your pocket. So either scenario and sort of anything in between fits in this. But this is a card that sort of says, okay, sort of don't worry about the money, the help, the support, what you're sort of hoping to fall into place. This is going to happen as it happens and as you need it. So it will come as that requirement shows up. You'll have that additional assistance and you'll have that security. Okay, so that's a really nice card to start off with the new year. Again, we're after the holidays when a lot of people are sort of pulling up their bootstraps from their Christmas budget. And a lot of people have, financially struggled throughout the pandemic at different times. I'm here in Ontario, Canada, where, we have all our restaurants and gyms closed right now. So anybody who's in the restaurant business is not working right now. So, this is basically saying that this will get sorted. You'll have what you need when you need it. Okay. The next one is one of my favorite cards. It's actually, this is the Sun. This is a major arcana card. So minor arcana, I sort of say, is your everyday stuff. Major is your big heavy hitters. For a quick explanation, I can explain more in another video. And this is my favorite card. I'll be honest, I have to show you this. But this is a different deck, but this is actually my entire upper arm. This is one of my oldest tattoos. And I pulled this card the night before I confirmed I was pregnant with my 17-year-old. So this is a favorite card of mine. The Sun is the happiest, most joyful, most beautiful card in the deck. It is everything is wonderful and coming up roses. It is sunshine and beauty and love. It is looking around at your life and thinking, you know what? There is a lot of amazing things, and I have I have to look at the beauty around me. This is a card that for me personally could be a child card. So just so you're aware, in my readings, this it's the card that I ask for because it was for me personally. So if anybody is trying to get pregnant or fertility, this is a card that says that may be coming up for you. And again, it's a card that life is beautiful. Enjoy, smell the fresh air, listen to that breeze, feel the earth between your toes. Depending on where you're located, it's pretty cold and mucky and snowy where I am. So, but yeah, beautiful card. So a really nice combo to start off with. This is sort of like life is good, life is amazing, and you're going to get the help you need. So again, I know a lot of people are sort of feeling down and burnt out right now, and to start off with such a nice combo, it's saying like, you know what? It's okay. This is going to be okay. Life is good. The next couple I've got 2 pages. So the court cards, tarot has, for those of you who don't know, tarot has 4 court cards. We have pages and knights in place of just what a normal deck would be, just the jack. And so I've got a page of cups. And I always say my pages, I always think of children or teenagers. When you think of how children and teenagers, where they are in life and how they act and what their feelings in a situation would be, that's where I put my pages. So the page of cups is your emotions, your feelings, all the things that you feel with your proverbial heart. It's all that emotional. And the page of cups, when it's that, children have that childlike innocence and wonder, that it's just, they don't question, they don't do the can'ts and the buts. They're just in the moment, and it's that innocence. So again, this card is sort of speaking to emotionally, you just need to kind kind of come from a place of trust and naivety and feel that. It's Kids don't ask all the difficult questions. They just sort of go with the initial emotional response. And this little girl is running through, I mean, she's standing in a wave, and it's complete trust. There's no fear of the wave going to hurt her or harm her in any way. It's just that emotional well-being and sort of that childlike trust and innocence and naivety. So I think it's almost like starting fresh and just giving it the benefit of the doubt, right? And the next one is the Page of Swords. So swords are your mental, it's what goes on in your head. I always think of it as the things that you think, your thought process, your logic, all of those. So the Page of Swords is, someone, if you do it for a specific person, it's someone who is very logical, very analytical, very straightforward, cut to the point, but they can also be a little blunt and harsh. Grumpy teenage boys really fit this. I know my grumpy teenage boy definitely fits this card. But it's as not as a person, it's just as a general reading, it's very much, sort of be a little aware of what you're saying, what your decisions are. Think things through. Because the page can be a little, again, if we're talking about that child teenager way of mindset, teenagers can be a little rash. They can rush into things, and then there's consequences to that, right? We think, oh my gosh, didn't you think this through, kiddo? That's kind of this vibe. So this is sort of letting us know, take your time, think things through, sort of put that adult hat on instead of that, what's the word I'm looking for? Impulsive teenager response, boy or girl, actually, but this in this particular deck, the page is boy. So it's, we have to sort of think things through and think, what are the consequences? Go through the details. This is telling us to sort of use our logic, our mental faculties to sort of make sure that everything is a-okay, kosher. It's also a slight warning of potentially some conflict if you're not careful. Watch what you say, watch what you sign. It's just, take your time. Don't rush into things. I think the combination of cards are beautiful because it's sort of saying, you know what, life is really good. Take your time, smell the roses. Life is wonderful. Everything that you need is going to come as you need it. But then we end up with these two pages because I think a lot of people, it's almost as if the last 2 years has been a bit of a reset for a lot of people. Changes with schooling and jobs and, what we can do on a day-to-day basis. Our new normal is completely different than it was 2 years ago. I mean, if I could have seen today, I would think that we were all living in the Twilight Zone episode. But this is, pages sort of speak to that because we're sort of, I always think of pages too as sort of like, it's the first day at the job in the mailroom, and then we know what you can progress to afterwards. So this is very much sort of starting to look at things differently, and it, from a different pair of eyes, and that youth and that energy and that excitement are with these as well. So both emotionally as well as mentally. So I think that it, there's a little bit, it's almost like we've got two separate things going on, and maybe those are different messages that different people need to hear. So thank you for today. So this is for Friday, January, 13th, 14th. I will post it when I post the video. My apologies. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.